afternoon everybody and welcome to the flower patch. My name's Iris Smith and I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome everybody, and I hope you're really all right. I hope you're having a wonderful day, creating, spending time with your family, shopping, or even if you have to work. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Right, last night I got a message off a lovely lady called Karen, saying that obviously she likes my wreaths, what I do on grapevine, but if I've ever done do I do them on evergreen spruce wreaths or anything like that. I replied to the lovely lady and saying I do them on spruce wreaths, but mainly my customers want them at Christmas. So I told her I would do a wreath on a spruce base. So I've fluffed it up, and it is a 14-inch spruce wreath where I've fluffed it all up, and it's on a wire frame, and we're going to do that for today. She says she doesn't mind me doing it in autumn colours, Halloween, anything like that. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to go through a few things that I've chosen. I must admit, I've sat here and I don't have lots and lots, because I want to do blue and orange. So I don't have lots and lots of blues. I've obviously roses, cosmos, clematis, peonies, you know, things like that, berries. So, and sunflowers. So a few more I've just noticed over there. Isn't it funny how you notice when you sit there thinking I haven't got many, and then all of a sudden you spot, they all seem to stand out and you spot them. Anyway, so I've chosen what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually today do a full wreath. I'm not doing a crescent, I am doing a full wreath. I'm not got any plans to put any ribbon or a bow in today. If I feel we need one, then I'll just make one up as we go along. So today I've chosen some, let me think. I get a bit tongue-tied. There's two different plants or leaves. There's Forsythia and Fortunia. This is Fortunia. It's just come to me. So I've got the mini one where it's the smaller leaves instead of the larger leaves. So I've just bought 3 bunches out, and I think a couple of 2 or 3 oddments that I had left over from a bunch when I used it. I brought out also my conifer. I've got lots and lots of this, guys. So I tend to use a lot of it at Christmas, even though it is an all year round tree. But I'm going to place some of this in today. Now I've just cut off over the garland over there some more ivy. I want to just have this going around. I don't think I want to cut it up, but we'll see as we go along. I've also got out some crocodile fern. When I got the bunch, I think there's one full bunch in here, yeah. And then some others I placed on picks when I had them delivered, so they're ready for when I want to have them as single leaves. I've also cut down off my Eucalyptus silver dollar. I've cut down and placed some on single picks as well from the bunches. I may put this in. I placed it against everything I've got. I do like it. It does, you know, fit in well. I'm not sure if I want them just dotted around or as a, you know, around the edge. I'm not sure yet. And again, I've ordered some more of this. My Begonia trailing plant, and I've left it on the stem that it comes on, and it's only a little stem like that, a handheld one. So hence the reason when I did the other one, I pulled them off and placed them on single picks, because the stem on here isn't long enough and I wanted to use them individually. So I may cut the smaller pieces off of these and have those dotted around as well. And I've also got out my birch in orange, and I think I may chop some of these up, guys, and have them dotted around as well. So I haven't planned on how the design's going to be. It's a case of today we're just going to go by ear. I've also got out the lovely grass, two-tone grass with the orangey pink. Well, it looks a bit pinky red really, but it's dusted and that really does look nice in it, and I think I'm going to chop away at this as well. I've also got out some blueberries. I've got out 4 stems, but they've got 3 on each, and I've kept these in the pack, and I thought we could incorporate these, but I got one out of the pack to just show you. I've also got out what I sprayed, I think a couple of weeks ago, but didn't use them in the end. They were purple or lilac, but I've sprayed them dark navy blue. The sea holly, and then I've also got some lovely soft dusted sea holly as well, or thistle, sorry, this one in a very pale orange. And I found some oddments of my beautiful ranunculus in the blue. Instead of chopping on, I nearly chopped on the new bunch until I saw some just hovering, and I went back and had a look and I found these. So I'm going to just incorporate what's left of those in as well. Now I've got them down here in case I need more. My beautiful hydrangea, I've pulled them off individually off the big head and placed those on picks, but I've left them down here in case I need any more. And finally, our dusky blue sunflowers, and they do look like they've got a slight tint of a purpley blue on them around the tips or the edges of the petals. So I think I may place these on picks and pop them in, and then use the foliage separately to dot around in the arrangement as well. So that's what we've got today. So again, I'm just playing it by ear to see what we can come up with. So I'm going to bring the camera down and we're going to get cracking. So one moment. So let's come in with the camera and bring it down to approximately around there. Right, I've got my hook, or my string to create my hook. You can use a cable tie, a ribbon, a floral wire, or pipe cleaners, you know, Chanel sticks, things like that. So I'm going to probably attach this, it'll be through here and around the wire, what is in where the spruce is attached. So I'm just going to fold it in half, get the loop side, go under, and then pop the tail ends through the loop and then just pull. So there is our hook, and I'm just tying a knot and I'll cut the excess off. So now we've got our hook in place. There's a lot of spruce on here, guys. It's hard to get it 100%. You still tend to find little bits where you think, oh, that I need to move some over here. Right, so I'm going to work upside down. Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't know whether to get my Lazy Susan out, so I can just, I think so. So we can just turn it around as we go. So, first of all, I'm wanting to place in, let's have a look. I'm going to put in the ivy. And I think what I want to do, just cut that piece off, is maybe have these and glue them in around here so they just sit on top and add to the filler foliage, as well as just coming out and just hanging over the sides as well. So all I do for the lovely Karen is just dip them in my glue, or use your glue gun, and then I just glue it to the bottom of the spruce, where the bottom of the wire is that the spruce leaves are attached to. Got some plastic over it. And I'm just gonna, and if you want to hold something down, if you feel it's sticking up too much, just grab one of your spruce and just wrap it around, and it will hold it in place as well. Give it that little extra support. Plastic. Cut these little pieces of plastic off. And I'm just going to go round and do it all the way with several pieces. And again, I'm going to the bottom. And I'll just manipulate it as well. I'll bend that one over just to keep it looking like it's going round. And the same with that one. Just grab one of the spruce, hook it over the top just to hold it in place. Like so. Let's just turn that leaf. When I very first started doing artificial wreaths, it was actually the spruce wreath that I started on doing my arrangements, and then I changed to the grapevine. And I prefer, I mean, everybody's got their own taste, but I prefer working on grapevine. Some people prefer the spruce, but I don't mind. Really, if I'm being quite honest, they still all look beautiful once we've finished. It's just some people just prefer the spruce. And there's nothing wrong in that. Did I fasten that one down with anything? No. So I've just placed it on like that on top. So I don't need that one there. So I'm thinking, let's have a look. Oops, I've just dropped dropped a leaf. Let's glue that back on. There we go. So I'm wondering whether to place some of these in as well. I don't know whether I want them that long, if I'm being quite honest. So I may cut that one down. So let's do the same again. In between each of our ivy, I'm going to place in some eucalyptus. Again, I'm gluing it to the bottom where the wire is. Oops. Let's take the rubber band off. So that one was placed in between this. So we're going to want one in between here. And I guess in a way, the best thing about the spruce is if you're doing it for outside, you can wrap the spruce around the stems, and if it's a windy day, the wind, you know, they won't fall out or, you know, anything like that. It gives them extra support. Just bend that one in. Now I had somebody actually ask me a question concerning with the bows on the wreath, and if it's the weather is bad or anything, what do I do? I always inform the customers, if they want a ribbon, that they can get weathered, and if it's, you know, bad weather, they can get obviously wet and will start to maybe go moldy or anything, you know, like that. I do spray them with artificial floral protection. Even though I spray the florals as well, and why I do that, I just spray some on the ribbon. It doesn't harm it, but I do inform my customers that they, you know, to prepare them that it could go moldy and wet and start deteriorating and lose the colour. So if they'd still like me to incorporate a bow, then I will do that. I do inform them of it because I want them to be aware of what could happen to their bow, or also attachments as well. I tell them the same thing with the attachments as well, because majority of the attachments are material. So I inform them of that could happen to them as well. To have an attachment, I think to keep it safe, it's better to have it underneath a porch, or if you've got something above your front door that can protect it above, then that would be much better, but not everybody has that. So I do have to make sure that I inform all customers of what could occur. Right, so now I'm going to place in some of our conifer, and I'm going to bring some in here. Again, if you notice, I am wrapping just a little, you know, a bit of a spruce around, just to keep it in place. I'm not saying it will move, it's just a little bit of extra support. That's all I'm doing, but it does help. So I'm going to go top, then outside with this. And as you place in more of your stems, you can then start sticking your stems to other stems that you've got in there. I've got those there as well. Then on the outside, I may need to push that one back in a little bit more. Let's just pull it out, shorten the stem. I know some people who don't like to use glue on the spruce. They do just wrap their stems around the spruce instead. So again, there's no right or wrong way. It's personal preference. So 3 there. So I want another one here. I may actually put, let's get another one there. I may put more around the outer side. I'm just going around seeing if I can fit. That may be enough. That one, I may place one more here. It doesn't look balanced, even though there's three that quite close to each other, and then there's like a bigger gap here. So I'm going to place a fourth one in here. Oops. So we have that so far. So I don't need any more of the conifers. So I want to add in our fern. So let's leave the fresh bunch in there. Get out the single picks. Now these are wired as well. So we're going to cut these down. And I'm going to want to bring some down to the bottom, have some on the outer edge. I think I really need to cut these all down a little bit more. So we'll place one up above as well. And now I'm sticking some of these to other stems. But I'm going to bring in four on the top in between. Let me just stand up. It's not attached to anything. So I'm going to place that there. Just grab a spruce and go around it to hold that in as well. And then one in between here. The best thing about a spruce is because it's already got the base for the filler foliage in, you know, it's filled in for you. Right, so let's go back on the outside. Oops, a daisy. Right, so that is our ivy, not ivy, sorry, fern. We'll get it right. Now, let's have a look at the begonia leaves. I want to take off and add just pieces maybe in. I think I may do that once we've got a bit of floral in. I'll place that there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add in my sunflowers, and I'm just seeing if I can remove them. Yeah. So I'm going to take the leaves as well, because they will add a little bit extra to the arrangement as well. And then we'll get our picks. Where's the hook? Let's have a look. I'm looking for the hook so I can, that's my starting point. So I want to place one where the hook is, around there. So I'll just glue that. And then again, glue it to our metal frame. So I could go like, you know, dot it around and create a circle with them, but I'm not. I'm going to bring some leaning in and some some upright and some leaning outwards. That one's upright. I think that one may be a little bit close. That's better. So I want two more. I'll save those over there till I'm, in case I won't like to put the leaves in. And one upright again, and the other one leaning outwards. And it's not leaning by much, but it's just so you can see they're not all placed in, you know, upright. I may want to just bring this one across a little bit. Like so. So you've got 3 leaning outwards. And 3 upright. So I'm wanting to, I've got a feeling I'm going to need more of those, of our hydrangeas. So where this is leaning outwards, I'm placing a hydrangea standing upwards, and where the one's leaning in, I will bring a hydrangea out to the side. And I'm placing them underneath where the sunflowers are. Oh, sorry, it's here. And then 1 up. So now I'm starting to add glue some of our stems on to other stems that are in there. So we have it like that. Doesn't that look pretty? So let's have a look. I will place those in. I think I want to place in some I just take this rubber band off, it's be better. So let's have a look. I just caught one stem at the moment. So I'm going to be placing some of our birch on the top to start with. Just going to place it in just so I can show you. So I'm going to add that in around there. And again with the Begonia, I may bring some in where the blue is here and do that as well. So let's get our birch in. And I do like the birch because it has movement as well. Oh, 1 moment. Don't think I've put enough glue on. There we have it. Sorry guys, that's Maisie over the road barking. Oh, Benji's been to the grooming salon and he's had a cut, a wash and a blow dry. He looks absolutely, so cute. When I took him for a walk this morning, I couldn't stop looking at him. He just looked really, really handsome. Right, so we have those in. I don't know if I want any on the outer side as of yet. I don't really want to fill up the outer side too much, but we'll leave them by our side. Let's have a look. I might bring the odd. I've got, how many little buds have I got? Oh, 2. So I may bring some where the orange is, bring another blue, but on the inside. So I'm going to need 3. Because we do want something on the inner side as well. So then we've got some of our ranunculus on the inside. And then in between these 2 oranges here and the 2, I show you, lift up, these 2 orange hydrangeas and then the 2 blue sunflowers. Just under there, I'm going to bring some of the ranunculus around there as well. So 2 orange, 2 blue, so we'll place 1 floral in there. Let me put a bit more glue on that, guys. So 1. I'm going to put some buds in as well. So the 2 oranges and the 2 blue sunflowers. I think they're quite tiny. I might bring in another one to go with it. And then one more. Right, so now we've got our ranunculus in as well on the outside, so we have colour around the outside also. So I don't know whether, I don't want to put the dark blue with the dark blue, so on there I would put, if I wanted to place in the thistle, can we take these out? I don't think we can. Oh, maybe. Oh, yes. So I've just pulled it off the stem. And just bring something like the thistle in here, because we've got the small. I could bring those around the outside. So now I know I can do that. Oh, here's my cat, guys. Stay there. No, you're not coming on here. Let's first get some of this in. And this will also add to the, you know, the interest. We need to be placing some coming inwards as well. How many is on? Let's cut that one down also. Because there's a bit of a gap here with the, so we need to be placing something in around here. So we're filling it up nicely. I think I want to place a few on the outside. I'm placing on a longer stem. As I chopped, there wasn't really much stem left. Oops, that one's not glued to anything. Better. So we're just going along the outer edge with these. Have I got? Let's put these on a pick. And I'm not placing these too far out. I'm keeping them relatively as more of depth. I've got one left. You see the stem's not long enough where I've chopped it. So I'm going to place on this one on a pick by itself and just put it where I feel like may be needed. Let's just have a look. Let's place it here, like so. So now we've got in our grasses, so I don't want any more of those. I'm going to add some of these in. Or do I add in actually the begonia first? I don't know what I've done with that little piece. It's here, look. So let's get the little ones off. Which are right near the tip. I think that's every one of them. And we'll place these on picks as well. Let's just bring them over here to put picks. Oh, that was lucky. So I've got 6 small pieces. Right. So what I'm going to do, just let these sit naturally on top. I'm going where the blue sunflower is with them, because then we've got orange, blue, orange. And then the other three I will place around the edge as well. So I will go one here. So I'm going to do the triangle position with these because there's only three. So one there, I'm going to want one around here, the bottom. I'm going to bend it so it's going outwards, and then I'm going to go opposite here. As well. So we don't need no more of our begonia. It's this one, I pulled it off. Quickly place these on picks as well. Sorry guys if it's a lot of putting picks on. I choose to do this because some of the stems are quite chunky. It's not that it's a problem, but I quite like to do thin stems on spruce wreaths, well mainly any of my wreaths really. So we're going to bring those, popping a little bit higher than the hydrangeas and some of the other foliage and floral. So I like to have, you know, different heights as well with things. I'm going to place this one. So I think I want another one there. Maybe another one here. Yeah, we'll place one there as well. So we've got our thistles in as well. I could easily bring some around the outside, but I've got the berries, so I like to bring the berries around. Again, I may bring some of the birch around the edge on the bottom as well, because there's lots of orange, a fair amount of orange up here, but not much around the bottom. So I will bring, let's have a look. These are on paperback, so let's pull them off. Get a bit of floral tape, and I'm going to wrap it around. So I can make a pick out of this as well. Because they are wired, the leaf as well as the berry, I can manipulate it a little. So I'm going to start off with bringing some, again, I'm going where the orange flower is, because it's like orange, blue. I'll show you here, orange with the begonia, then blue with the sunflower, orange hydrangea, and blue with the berries. So that's how I've done it. And the reason I do it like that is to balance the colours out, so there's not too much of one particular colour around each other. So we'll look for the orange again. And that's not sticking well. Put that one there. Now this one hasn't got a leaf, so just leave it as it is, because not all of the nature have leaves on. Some have leaves more than others, so let's leave it without putting one on. And we'll go with the orange hydrangeas again on the outer side. Place that one there. So we should have another one. So 1, 2. That's right. So then I might use another one. Pull that one off as well. I may just incorporate about 3 above as well. So I'm going to go in between the blue sunflowers and just pop some in as a little bit of depth. I'm going to do it in the triangular position because I only want 3 on top as well as I did on the sides or bottom. So 1 there, bring 1 in there, and then the other one what hasn't a leaf. We'll bring that one in as well. Which would go around here. So we've got those in. I don't need any more of those either. So we'll place those there. Now I don't think I need, no, I don't need the Fortunia. Oh, I did say about the thistle. Let me get some more birch in, guys, first, because all I see at the moment is dark, the blue around the edging. So I'm going to cut these up again like the other one and just stick these in around where the sunflowers are as well. So you've got the orange, if I turn it, so you've got the orange here where there's some big floral is. So we're going to just bring a bit of orange in, and then it goes orange, blue, orange. So I'm looking for, and I will place some as well around in other areas. I just want here, I have to think then, guys. I just wanted to bring the orange colour on the outer side because there isn't really much on the outer side. So let's get some more. That should be enough with those after this. So I'm going to go now. I'm going under the berry, the blueberry, because then it becomes again orange, blue, orange, blue. So if you can see what I'm trying to aim for with the colour. So I've got one there. Oh, I didn't put much glue on that one. Bring that one in as well under the blueberry. And then one under this one. So then I've got orange on the outer side as well now. So I've got a bit of colour going off, and that's what we've done so far. Let me just cut. I've got one stem what's a little bit long, so I'm just going to trim that one So, and it's all nice and clean on the back. There's nothing popping out. So we've got our sea holly. I said sea holiday then. So I'm going to bring that on the edge or near the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5. So 1, 2. I tend to count to myself. Do you do that, guys? 3. Oops. Oh, sorry, Molly. So then we've got 5 of those. Hi.
Hello.
You all right?
Hi.
Super. So then that's 3. Where's the one we started? 4, and our last one. Just around here. 5. So we've used all those. Now I've got the leaves left from the sunflowers. Let's just pop the odd one in. Yeah, it's a bigger leaf. It's more solid than all these wispy ones. So that will add interest as well. So we have those. But that is what we've got so far. Isn't that pretty colours? Dusky colours with the dusky orange thistle, dusky blue sunflower and ranunculus as well as the berries. And this birch is also a dusky or dusky birch in colour. It's not a, it's got, I think it's got a bit of green texture into it. So let's take these, there's lots here. So if I can just get them all off, and then we can scatter these around the top, inner, middle, if we've got that plenty. So I'll leave that one on there and that flower. So let's just move our, I don't know how many I've got, so I'll just grab a few picks out. I'll try to get them done as quick as I would if I was on not videoing. Again, as I say, I like to slow down my speed when I'm doing tutorials. But this can be a little bit boring, just watching somebody placing picks on leaves. So I'm going to just do it as quick as possible. I could pause the video and come back to you, but it won't be for long. It would only be, you know, about a minute, not even that. So I might as well just keep it running. And I am wiping off the glue, what seeps out as I place in the leaves on the pick. Because I'm not a fan of seeing, look at that guys, I got out the right amount of picks. I'm not a fan of seeing blobs of glue. But again, that's my personal preference. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we could have 6, 6, 6. So on the top I will cut them shorter in length. And I'm just going to place these like you would with filler foliage. I'm just going to pop them in. So let's get the 6 for the top. Cut them down. And then just pop them in. Wherever you feel you'd like to place them. Just to have that little bit of more of a solid leaf. I think I'm going to replace that one. Go behind the stem instead. So 2 more. So we'll have 1 here. And then we'll have 1 here. So I just realised the wreath is down. I moved it down. So I've got those scattered around the top. So the rest, or the 6, I will place around the bottom. I'm just going to take off a little bit of the stem, the length, and we'll start to place in these as well. So I'm just going around the bottom. Let me get some more glue on that. Where did we start? So I've got 1 around here. And our last one here. So we've got all of those in. So we've used the foliage from the hydrangeas as well, so we don't need anything else in our wreath. It is really compact and full, and it's looking exceptionally beautiful colours. I'm just placing these so I don't tread on them, guys. Really pretty colours, and I think that would look really pretty on anybody's door, even a nice cottage home. It would look really pretty. So that is our, let me place it where the hook is so I've got it my way, is our project on a spruce wreath done for today for the lovely lady Karen, to show her that I do spruce wreaths as well. And again, she did ask for like an autumn or a Halloween one, so I decided to do it in blues and oranges. So I hope you like that, guys. I think it looks really pretty. It's very full, as you can see around the sides. It's lovely and full as well. And plus the spruce, the evergreen spruce, also adds to the fullness of your spruce wreaths, which I find is very helpful, and it's also great for filler foliage. As with grapevines, you try to fill in those gaps. Because you've got the spruce here, the spruce is filling it in for you, which is a fabulous advantage. So I'm just going to place it on the easel. Let's just lift it up a little bit. Let's get rid of our not so lazy Susan today. And get rid of all of our bit of mess that I've created. I'm very my husband thinks I've got OCD, but I'm like it in the house. I really am. I'm like it in the house. I can't help myself. It's the way my mum brought me up. She was quite strict, and she was very tidy woman. As she's a very, well, she still is a very tidy woman herself. And it was a case of, if we got anything out when we was young, have you finished with that? If we left it there for a few seconds, have you finished with that? Yes, right, put it away. And we used to get that. So, which I think has helped me, in, you know, in the long run, as I've grown up, and now I try to pass it on to my boys, which I find a slightly little bit harder. So guys, doesn't that look pretty? I ought to do more on a spruce actually, because I do enjoy them. I do find them quicker as well. So, how did you enjoy that? I hope that was okay, Karen, and I hope that that's showing you how I do my wreath using a evergreen spruce base instead of a grapevine. So they do come out really pretty. I have got bigger ones than these spruces, these wreaths. I have got 60 centimetre evergreen spruce wreaths as well. I tend to use those for maybe around Christmas when people want them really big. So, but this is, I find this is quite a nice size, you know, on your door, 14-inch, and you can make it quite big by extending things coming out. But I think the colours are beautiful together, blues and oranges. So, and like my friend Linda, if you want to add in some blacks with it as well, some black fern instead, so you've got like a Halloween one, black, orange and blue, that would look, you know, always look pretty. And just, I've not really got much hanging. I could have with the ivy and the begonia, but I didn't want that today because I'm doing a full wreath. I want to keep it relatively, you know, all together and, you know, quite compact to a degree. I don't mean compact where they're squashed, but, you know, quite full. That's what I mean, guys. Sorry. So, if you've got, you know, blues and oranges, guys, and you want to give it a go and you do work on your spruce wreaths, give it a go. It's just as much fun, and you can still create something absolutely divine. So I suggest, if you don't want to do it in the blues and the oranges, you know, you prefer the reds, you know, for autumn, and or golds and things, anything really, guys. I tell you what is lovely together, rich deep purple. When I say deep, it looks near enough like it's virtually black, but rich deep purple with a dusky pink. That is really, really elegant colours. And then you add in deep dark blue seed heads, things like that. When I say again with the deep dark blue, I mean where the blue looks black but it's not. And that, I've done one of those before, but that is lovely. But I didn't do a wreath in it, I actually did a bouquet. So, and it is really pretty. I ought to do something like that really. But give it a go, whatever colour choice you do, guys. On a spruce wreath, you know, it's really good fun. Again, as I've stated a few times, the spruce itself is your acts as your filler foliage. It covers anything. You can't see any wreath base or anything. It's all, you know, covered over with the spruce. So these are really quick and wonderful to do. So if you want to do one and you're in a rush and you don't want, you know, and you don't want to do it on a grapevine, because sometimes, you know, depending on what you're doing, they can take a little bit longer. But with a spruce, it's just stick it in. Stick it in and on the, I always suggest on the first layer that you're doing your greenery and you're creating your boundary, like I did with the ivy, wrap it around some spruce just to hold that in. It doesn't matter if it's not ivy, it can be any other, you know, ficus, eucalyptus, you know, maple, elm, whichever foliage you decide to start with, guys. Just start to wrap some of it around your spruce itself. There's your for your background foliage and your support. So then once you start sticking other stems onto the your background foliage stems themselves as you're going along, then it's not going to put too much weight on that, you know, so like I did the ivy, it's not going to put too much weight on the ivy with all the glue and it start to drag down and look like it's going to fall out. So that's what I always do. Not everybody does that, guys. Again, there's no right or wrong way, but that's just how I find that my background foliage will support the other stems that I'm sticking onto it as I go along. Maybe because the weight, because some stems are really thicker than others, and that's just the only reason I do it. But if I do have a really thick stem as like a floral, I will either change it to a small pick, or if I keep the thick stem, I will wrap some of the spruce around that as well to support that also. And with anything else, if I don't place it on a pick. So if that makes sense, guys, I don't always do it. It's just, you know, when it's needed, that's mainly it. But I do start off by attaching the spruce around my background foliage. So I hope that helps. So have a wonderful day. Please subscribe, share and like. Again, to everybody who you know, bring them along, show them that I'm not just a grapevine girl. I do spruce. I quite like that saying, a grapevine girl. I do spruce as well. So, and I do straw wreaths also, and also polystyrene wreaths. So I do a mixture of them, and wicker or rattan, whichever you want to call it. I've got some Love Art rattan ones, the white ones under here, and they are really thick and chunky. So, but concerning this, bring them along. You know, let them have a look on what I do, and I can do full wreaths as well, in a beautiful autumnal colour, so it really stands out and looks absolutely pretty, and it may inspire them or yourselves to give it a go and be proud of yourselves. Hang it on your door for everybody to see your fabulous work. So take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. I've got 3 orders to do and then a delivery, then I've done for the day. So yeah, I'll get it done in time. So have a wonderful day, guys. Take care, and I'll see you again tomorrow. And I love you all, and keep your comments coming. So bye for now, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So let's just have a lovely close-up. I like to do the close-ups, guys, so you can get a better view of what elements I've used and how they look close up. So let's get the dusky blue sunflower. Can you see like the purple around the edging of the petals? It's like a deep purple. And I think that's, so you could do these arrangement, the blues and the purples. That would look pretty. So there's our hydrangea where I've took off the head. Our lovely dusky thistles here. And they've got like, the leaves are like the texture of the lamb's ear. One of my few favourite flowers, the ranunculus. There's our berries. And then our birch, our orange birch. Can you see there's like green on the leaves as well? So it gives it that autumnal, like it was a green leaf turned into orange. There's our fern, our lovely conifer and ivy. Let's get our sea holly, which is in there, which, oh, what's that? Our sea holly, which I sprayed blue. Our eucalyptus silver dollar as well. And our beautiful begonia leaves also. What else did I place in, guys? I can't quite remember. Anything around the sides. Oh, and our grasses. Our lovely grasses, look. Aren't they pretty? Where the dust, like a dusty effect as well. So they're really pretty too. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you give it a go, guys. So take care. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.